Let me say welcome to this weekend edition of Sports Extra. Today is October 24th, 2025. A lot of things happening today in the world of sports in Liberia. There are a lot of happenings across various venues. Like we said, we're going to bring to action all of the second division games and around Mosurado County. We're going to bring you the happenings various venues. So at the Tusafi, we're going to bring to Aisha late in the evening, determined girls, defending champion, and senior female professionals. And we're playing as well. Small time by force. Small time will go head to head to uh, Raviat Angels, as you may be aware. Small time is down at the top of the Upper Women League table. And we also have CC United this Friday as well by full SKD party page. And that's the SKD Honest. CC United will go to Gumpa. CC United will be playing home. And we'll also have Pash playing home against Magdibi FC and Golden Dream, newly promoted second division side. We have to log on with District 17. And Golden Dream won her first game, and as well as District 17 won her first game as well. Golden Dream, with a massive win, sit on the top of the league table. District 17 defeated Went Town, and that is it. We're going to bring you all of the actions. We're going to project something relating to the ongoing case between Jubilee FC and the Liberia Football Association as per the ruling from CAST, as per what is happening currently in terms of the happenings at the level of CAST, the Code of Arbitration. So we're going to discuss that, and then we're going to bring to you some of the projections of our analysis. Some of you that are lawyers, you can just make your call and be able to provide some information as it relates to what is happening at the level of Jubilee and the Liberia Football Association case, and as well the both lawyers are going to, because yesterday we saw a lot of people around in terms of the case ongoing. The guys from Jubilee angle, they were kind of celebrating. We're about to win the case, but as I learned, the case is still before the court, and they are still ongoing the investigation. They're still having debate on the issues between both lawyers. So as it relates to that, I'm not a lawyer, but those of you that are lawyers following the case, or probably you have little understanding about the current proceeding between LFA and the Liberia Football, that's the LFA, the Liberia Football Association, and Jubilee, you can be able to make your call, and then we will be able to have you on the show as well. You're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about currently we have the national team of the Liberia Taekwondo Federation, who is currently in China. They are to compete into the World Taekwondo Federation tournament. We hope to see Liberia coming out with flying colors. We believe in our boys, and the president of the federation, Master Russian, as you may be aware, Master Russian is there. We try placing call to him to be able to join us on the show, but it's like this time, like the time differences, it's like he's in bed. We're going to return our call, and we're going to have him on the show one of these days to talk about how the current run of the Liberia Taekwondo team. I think I'm not a taekwondo fighter. I'm not a taekwondo game player, but I love the sports, the way they play, the way they move about, the strength exhibited, the skills. I'm thinking I want one day I'll have to transition to being a taekwondo player. But we wish them all the best in China. As you may be aware, China is the is the home of karate. Yeah, as we tend to say in our Liberian English, it's a home of karate where they fight more karate. They have skills. They have kung fu, and Shotokan is being exhibited there, as well as taekwondo. But this competition is all about taekwondo. We will add to that into Master Russian. We're going to tell us about the happening. A lot of things we're going to discuss on the show. We're also going to talk about the level of Liberia Basketball Association. As you may be aware, the female champion of the Liberia Basketball Association will not participate into the Basketball All-African League. As you may be aware, the Basketball African League is the participation of champions from various countries. They will have to meet to compete. But our female champion Commissioner will not participate this year because lack of funding. According to them, they don't have the funding to be able to participate into the competition. So commissioners are just local champions. They will not have to participate into that competition. So what is ongoing at the YMCA as well? There's ongoing training in relations to sparking players to represent Liberia at the Afro Basket competition. Uh, a lot of talents have been sparked by some coaches are currently training players. They're still doing the recruitment there at the YMCA in Monrovia. So go for this break. When we come back, we'll talk about Black Men Warrior as well. Black Men Warrior versus Boro FC. Yesterday, Boro FC got a crucial win against Black Men Warrior, who had all of the possessions. They had all of the possession in the first and second period of the game, but they were unable to convert it into a goal. But Boro FC make their opportunity succeed, and they have to have the ball in the back of the net, giving Sylvester Doe that lone goal to give the team the win of their second game, getting 4 points, topping the league table as it stands. Boro FC is at the top of the league table. Let's go for this break to be right back. So, like we said, the case between the Liberia Football Association and Jubilee FC is still before cast. They will have to have a resolution to the case. The one will say the case continue this Monday in court as to the both sides, the both representatives will have to prove their point in terms of what is it that they have to be relegated. Is it lawful or it was unlawful? As you may be aware, the Code of Arbitration for Sports has not yet issued a final ruling into the Jubilee FC and Liberia Football Association case. So they have not yet issued a final ruling into the Jubilee FC versus LFA case. A preliminary hearing on October 22, 2025 denied. This is a key point that we need to pay attention to. Denied Jubilee FC request to stop the league from starting. As you may be aware, Jubilee FC sent a formal communication to CAS as to prevent the commencement of the Liberia Football Association League. So that communication was denied, and the Code of Arbitration of Sports have to allow the Liberia Football Association to continue on the league. So they said that was denied of starting the league. The final decision is pending and will determine if the LFA regulation of Jubilee FC was lawful or it was not lawful. If the relegation was lawful or if it was not lawful, they may result into a significant lawful or may result into significant penalties if Jubilee wins the case. If Jubilee win the case, they will result into penalty to be given to them. The case was fled by Jubilee FC after being relegated to the third division league. They were relegated by the third division league by Liberia Football Association for failing to pay 10,000. That's 10,000 United States dollar fine related to submitted fraudulent documents. So let's look at what fraudulent documents. So according to Liberia Football Association, Jubilee FC presented fraudulent documents, fake documents. Let's use the word fake as to all of you that are following the show and from their backgrounds, probably you may not understand fraudulent, fake document, dubious document that was given to the Liberia Football Association. And based upon that, the Liberia Football Association decided to fine them for trying to dupe. Let's use that word, dupe. They're being dubious. At the end of the day, the Liberia Football Association, with the integrity, have to fine them. The final ruling from the preliminary finding, calling it yet to be released. If the preliminary ruling denies Jubilee FC request to hold the start of the league season, the case, Jubilee was relegated by the LFA to failing to pay the 10,000 fine after submitting fake document. So it comes down to fake document after fraudulent. It's just a repetition of what we were saying. Fake document. The club claimed that the action was unlawful and political. And some of them say it was politically driven. Based upon that, the LFA and Jubilee are currently before the court, and they will have to go through these proceedings. At the end of the day, the court is saying, I think we have another slide there, you can just roll the other slide. The court is saying if the ruling has a significant implication, the LFA may have paid Jubilee 30,000. If what was done, it was unlawful, if the Liberia Football Association was wrong, the Liberia Football Association will have to pay Jubilee 30,000 United States dollars in restitution and reinstate the club to the first division league. So here is the case now. The league have started. And the Liberia Football Association have to pay Jubilee 30,000 and reinstate them into the first division league if Jubilee win the case. But if, on the other hand, if the LFA wins the case, what happened? The league will continue without affecting any clubs, and the LFA disciplinary action will be withheld. If the league continues, if LFA wins the case, the league will continue, and there will be no halting of any activities. There will be no penalties or effects on any of the clubs, like Gallonsville, who got promoted to the first league, like Golden Dream, who got promoted to the second league. All of them will have to play in that same position. But if Jubilee win the case, the LFA will be forced to include them in the first division league because they got promoted from the second division league. That's the issue here. The implication, the ruling has significant implication for the league structure and raises question about due process in the LFA. So due process will be given as per the ruling, as per the rules and the statute of the Liberia Football Association. If there's an issue, a club will be given due process. Those are lawyers. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just reading a piece as to how we understand what was done by CAS, the course of arbitration for sports. What was done by them. So this is the issue that there's no ruling here. I don't know why our guys from outside, they say deny LFA witnesses in a preliminary hearing may also honor its defense. The denial of LFA witnesses, when they deny what the witnesses of Liberia Football Association denied, we're yet to have that. So we'll talk to some of the people that are following this case, the lawyers from the Liberia Football Association. Will talk to him and the lawyer as well for Jubilee will talk to him as well as to get this issue. But we still have something to reveal to you. Yesterday, we have the lawyer and some executives, including the president, namely the president of Jubilee FC. They had a press conference unveiling some issues. We'll play that video, you listen to it, and you have to give your own analysis as to what is happening. They said that Jubilee have won the case, but what we read, and all of you, what you follow, Jubilee have not won any case. They yet to win any case. RFA has not won the case as well. So what we need to do is that the both of them will have to go to court this morning. They'll have to go to court, as was told by the president of Jubilee FC. The RFA and Jubilee will have to go back to court as to defend themselves. Then the final ruling will come out from the Code of Arbitration for Sports. And by then, we're going to know if the Liberia Football Association will pay the 30,000 to Jubilee FC for doing unlawful thing, or Jubilee FC will have to play in the third division league. Jubilee FC will have to play in the third division league for presenting to the Liberia Football Association fake documents, fraudulent documents, and what we refer to as dubious document. You take document from down Waterside or from down Watching Center, you just bring it to the LFA, forgetting to know that one day, the people can also say, all we can say in our country, that 99 days for role, 1 day for master. I think on our other aspect, we need to look at it. But if that document that was presented and what was done by the Liberia Football Association is unlawful, I think what Jubilee is saying that the issue is political, I will have to back them in that case. If the court having to say that Jubilee is right and RFA is wrong, then definitely this entire issue, this entire saga has been politically driven. Those of you that are following the show, you can now place in your call and just give your input as to this issue. The case is still ongoing. There is no lead. There is no win. No one is in charge of what we're talking about. Oh, we get hope of winning the case. No one. From RFA, from Jubilee, there is no lead currently into the case. Let's listen to the press conference yesterday by the lawyer of Jubilee FC. We can now play it.
A hearing today on the appeal filed by Jubilee has concluded he will make a summary and then there are concerns we can follow up there.
Okay, thank you. Look, our case and the basis of our appeal is that the decision taken by the LFA is not granted enough, and it has no basis. That the LFA statute in Article 100 gave the LFA the power to set a club licensing regime, and that regime set up two regulatory bodies: the First Instance Board and the appeal body. Just for bit of information, I used to be a member of the First Instance Board. So the requirement is that before the start of the league, the First Instance Board will issue licenses to members or teams to participate in the league. And there are several guidelines and requirements that you will need to issue license. And because of predictability, as we mentioned in the hearing, FIFA and best practice require that the penalty that you will face for being in violation of those requirements should be written. It should be predictable. And because of that, the book of sanction was promulgated. So the book of sanction enumerated a lot of violations in their sanction. One of them is the submission of false document. Now the LFA took most of the time and wasted a lot of the pages trying to re-litigate the issue that already been litigated by the First Instance Board. The First Instance Board, in their communication to them, after the issuance of license to Jubilee in September of 2024, brought Jubilee again in December of 2025 that they had reason to believe from the FA a complaint that Jubilee submitted front. The first Eastern Board investigated and said in their communication that Jubilee was misled. And they recognized the fact that Jubilee took immediate step to repair that violation and submitted the document before them. But because they are earlier submitted what they believe is the false document, they fined them $1,000 instead of the maximum fine of $10,000. Now, our case before CAS is that, look, assuming without admitting that Jubilee violated and submitted false document, the sanction in the book of sanctions says pay $10,000 or non-participation. Comrades, go anywhere in LFA book or LFA book for Azedon Wesley to today. Nowhere relegation is mentioned. Now, the book of sanctions made provision for relegation. It says club can only be relegated if your license that was previously issued is withdrawn. If the license that LFA issued Jubilee in September 2024, when they determined and they score in December 2025, how they withdrawn that license? Would that be a would without time to win a case? You can only relegate if you withdraw the person's license. Jubilee participated in the league to the extent that they got a more point that qualified them to the first division. That was our first argument. That relegation is not in the book of sanctions. Hence, the violation by Jubilee only qualified for $10,000 fines and no participation. But since Jubilee were already participating, you cannot all participate. Our second point is that FIFA structured football governing body into three parts. There is the legislature, the Congress, there is the executive committee of the FA and its administrative arm, and there is the judiciary. The judiciary are the judicial bodies of the FA, which are the appeal committee, the ethics committee, and the disciplinary committee. Sanctions such as relegation can only be at the outcome of due process before the judicial body, not administrative body. CAS have ruled in numerous of precedent cases that the judicial function of the judicial body cannot be substituted by the administrative power of the NFA. So that was another breach. We argued before CAS that the decision to relegate Jubilee was ultra-virus, as the administrative body of the FA did not have the judicial power as anticipated by the statute that was given to the ethics committee, the disciplinary committee, and the appeal committee. That was our second argument. Third argument was that let's even assume that, okay, our third argument was Mr. Yasia or the lawyer for Jubilee for LFA, in their answer to our appeal, in the exhibit 00 whatever, in their answer 1.3, admitted that the decision to relegate Jubilee was taken by the Secretary General. He also furthered that in his communication to Council on October 21st, a few days ago, that the decision to relegate Jubilee was taken by Mr. Emma Creighton. You all know, sport journalists, Emma Creighton is an administrative officer, as anticipated by Article 50 of the CAS of the LFA statute. Article 50 of the LFA statute named the Secretary General as an administrative officer. The law in football says you cannot substitute your administrative function with the judicial one. The judicial one is for judicial body. So we argued that substitution was wrong. It was a violation of Jubilee right. We also argued that the Secretary General based his decision to relegate Jubilee upon an advice from the legal committee of the FA. The legal committee of the FA is part of the administrative arm of the LFA. The independence that the statute and FIFA regulations envisage for these bodies is that all members of the judicial body cannot serve any part of the LFA. That is the reason why Mr. Sale is an executive committee member of the FA, is chairman of the legal committee, and chairman of the player standard committee. You cannot be a member of the judicial body and participate. In fact, to even add further, that is the reason why members of the judicial body are proposed to Congress and they are elected by Congress. Members of the administrative body are appointed by the president and executive committee. They cannot exercise judicial function. The decision to do that was wrong and it was only abused about. Now, besides these chat rooms argument, correct? Anytime you enter a stipulation with somebody for money that they owe you, the person don't pay any one of them, it's a debt, chief. It is a debt. And the law says you must mitigate. When somebody owe you money and the time reaching to pay, before you take an action against the person, you must inform them that this money you owe me, the time has passed, if you don't pay, I will do this to you. They did not do that. They did not give notice. The respondent wasted the court time to be and tried to re-litigate matter that already before the first instance. So in summary, we are always saying that, look, go by the law. Go by the law. Don't do favor for anybody. Go by the law. If the law says relegate. If the law says, we find the FA arguing that non-participation is the same as relegation. How? The FA says non-participation, as mentioned in this book section, is equivalent to relegation. How? Non-participation is you decide not to your team up. In fact, in FIFA and CAF regulation, it says those are disciplinary sessions. They start from participating until you kill that defect, until the violation, you kill it. Relegation means they bring it to a lower level. So how are both the same? So those are been our argument, and we asked the court to restore jubilee right, to dismiss whatever claim made by the LFA, and restitute all monies paid by jubilee, and rule the cost of these proceedings to LFA. Correct. They wanted the matter to be withdrawn, so FA said it will not pay. The appellant paid the full cost of the proceeding. First, we paid the register $1,000, so it's in excess anywhere around $35,000, excluding the cost of lawyering and all the logistics and all that. So,
would that be included?
Of course, we asking the court to include all of that.
Yes. And then finally, what happens if Jubilee wins the case? Does that mean the league is declared null and void?
So let me say thank you. You're listening to the lawyer there from Jubilee FC. There are a lot of allegations in your thought, and which I believe it require authentication, it required finding credibility of that thought, balancing of it as it relates to calling to him. Well, I can't believe that he said that the Secretary General of the Liberia Football Association was the one who relegated Jubilee, not the executive committee members, not the president, order to relegate Jubilee, are credited as an exception to that for that. But he has some form of relevance into his argument as it relates to the team and what he referred to co-proceeding, because he's a lawyer, I believe, and he's a lawyer and a true lawyer representing Jubilee and have all of the facts as it relates to what is. But the issue of Secretary General being the one to relegate Jubilee, not to the acquiescence of the president, I do take an exception to it, and I do believe that he should have found a little bit of another thought towards that. But he has some good points, not to negate the fact, he has some good points stressed. If you hold your debt thought and then the time reaches for you to pay, if you cannot pay, I think you should be taken to court. But other thing, but the LFA, the Liberia Football Association, has its own proceedings. So we have to read that further. We have to look at some of the proceedings. When a person refuses to pay the debt, or when a person refuses to meet certain requirements as it relates to the Liberia Football Association statute. What are the punishments to be given to them? Is it based on prescriptions that the president or the executive committee members can decide to say XYZ punishment to be given to certain club, or certain clubs should be treated this way, or certain persons should be treated this way? I remember that last league season, an issue between Leicester FC, Christopher Jackson of Leicester FC, as well Elijah Kume from Discovery Sports Academy. They have a clash at the Tusa fee, and they both were sent off the league season for 12 months. 12 months period. I said over about 12 months period, they stay off the league season and they have returned to the league next season. It happens again. We have some issues already. Pinsville FC players, now they have been suspended from the league, and at that certain punishment to be given to someone or to a club if having to violate any of the rules of the Liberia Football Association. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to meet the president himself. We'll talk to the president. We'll talk to the secretary general of the Liberia Football Association. We'll also talk to the lawyer of the Liberia Football Association. As you listen to the lawyer of Jubilee FC, it's important that you also listen to the lawyer of the Liberia Football Association, who will give all reasonable doubt as to the proceeding of what is happening. So we were talking about, like I said, yesterday, wonderful game by Blackman Warrior, Borough FC. Blackman Warrior had out of the game to themselves. They had out of the possessions, control the ball, play the ball to themselves. But in the dying minute of the game, it was quite unfortunate for them. Borough FC, Sylvester Doe, have a long goal for Borough FC, and Borough FC collected all 3 points. Borough FC collected all 3 points, giving them 4 points on the league table. This is the second game, 2 games, 1 draw, 1 win for Borough FC. Good start, and they'll have to sit on the league table until the first division league can play, and other clubs can play this weekend, as to see who will be able to go on the league on top of the league table. But as it stands, Borough FC is on top of the league table. Let's see that goal from Sylvester though. But the goal is just not the issue yet. The assist is the one that deserves an award. That assist from that player who gave on to Sylvester though. I think the assist was all to it. Let's see that goal. Like I said, the assist was just all to it. The assistant was very selfless. That's what requires you as a good player. Play in the first league, your high IQ. If it was some of our players that were in the league, there are some of those kind of players who doesn't play well, like Edwin Batafoye there, just kick the ball on the goalkeeper and will just bubble on the chest of the goalkeeper. But we have a very good player who was very selfless, have to give on to Sylvester. And it was just an easy finish, easy one for Borough FC, and they collected the 3 points in the dying minute of the game. They collected the 3 points in the dying minute of the game, resulting into them giving them 3 points. 3 points, 4 points on top of the league table after 2 games. The first level will be Mountain 3-3, Oshimiri beat Away the level with Beat Mountain 3-3 into their first game of the season, and they have to play Blackman Warrior, informed Blackman Warrior. They have all of the play. They control the play. They dictated the pace of the game. By the end of the day, the game slid out of their hand, and they have to give it away to Borough FC. But let's see, late evening the game, in the same game, we'll have something unusual happen that was in favor of Blackman Warrior Augustine Deyuga. Augustine Deyuga have a chance in the 18th. He fell to the ground, and almost all of the spectators, the coaches, as well as the players of Blackman Warrior felt it was a penalty, calling for penalty, but the referee said no, it was a mere bluff. Let's see that one again, that penalty or that diving moment from Augustine Deyuga. So you can make your determination as well. Those of you that are following us, that far. I think Augustine Deyuga was diving, wanting to play on the intelligence of the ref, but the ref has to say, no, nothing has happened. You need to wake up. We need to go. The clock is running down. You need to wake up. There's nothing offensive in terms of what happens. And Blackman Warrior, quite unfortunate for them to continue that poor run. They were last defeated by Leicester FC. And again, they got defeated by Borough FC. It's like that run this season, they need to double the effort. They brought in new breed of players, some players from Gambia as well as other countries, and they came to the club to help the club succeed. But one thing that I need to tell the coach of Blackman Warrior, you need to understand your players whenever you have a new player on your club. I understand Coach Chipley is a good coach, an experienced coach, a veteran like Brent coach over the year. But sometimes you need to look at the positioning of the players. Moses Mercy Weah is a testament to that. Yesterday, Moses Mercy Weah is used to coming from the right flank, or the right forward side, because it's a left-footed player. When you take him from the right side, definitely he will dive in and be able to have a careful pass or even a careful kick. But putting Moses Mercy Weah on the left flank always gave him hard time because he had to possess the ball and wanted to take the ball in the middle first before having an assist or even trying to play the ball. So sometimes you need to sacrifice between Jebo and Moses Mercy Weah. The both of them play very well. The both of them play from the same side. If you think you need a win, you want to get a better result, let two of them compete for the role. Let them compete for the role, because the role is very sometimes it's embarrassing for the players, most especially Moses Mercy Weah, the former TBA captain. It's embarrassing for him sometimes when you have the ball, he wanted to dive on the left side before to play the ball. At that time, he's been recovered already. Even Lamine Yamal, you put him on the left flank, you'll get nothing for him. You put him on the left flank, you'll get nothing from him. Lamine Yamal, you'll get nothing from him. Like Moses Mercy Weah, even Lionel Messi that playing for Miami, you put him on the left flank, you get nothing from him. Because this kind of player, these kind of left-footed players, they used to the calf kick. I think the players, the coaches in our Liberian league need to observe the player, need to know the player. The players that you bring onto your club, you need to know them better. If this player cannot play in this role, or you have another player playing in similar position, they need to compete for the role. That's why bring a stronger team. When there is a competition on the club, it makes the club strong. It makes the players serious. Because Jabo will know very well that Moses is on the bench. Or Messi will know, Moses will know very well that Jabo is on the bench. If anything happens, definitely he will come on the bench. So you have to make yourself serious. You have to produce well. It will create pressure for the other players to play well. So these are the things the coaches need to observe. We noticed it yesterday. They have all the ball possession. Blackman Warrior, they control the play. They dictated the pace of the game. At the end of the day, they gave out their win. In the first half of the game, Blackman Warrior lost out 3 good chances. They lost out 3 good chances, which I think were just wrong on the part because Moses Messi, where the former TDA captain, came from the left flank instead of coming from the right side. So he even entered in the 18, wanting to put the ball on the right side to bring it back to the left. But then the goalkeeper has come out and the defender intercepted the ball and got across for nothing. So we need to look at that. They need to dive into. We need to look at our players' position in the league. We need to look at those players that we bring out to our club. What are their impacts that we need to bring to the club? What are the impacts? What can they do? Which side are they better off? We need to look at these things. When these things are done, definitely the Liberian league will get better and there will be high competition of clubs. What I do believe this season, I'm not expecting to see anything special. The league is, from the start of the league have a lot of kids. Let me make you to understand today. A lot of kids. The first division league of Liberia have a lot of small children that will use it that way. You take players from the mass league and just bring them straight to the first league without passing through the rudiments of football, passing through from mass league, third division, second division, first division. You make a player a better player. Testament that some of the players that played for Boro FC yesterday, they just from the mass league, some of them just from third division straight to first division. We understand that you're building a team, you're building an empire. The Bible will say, Boro FC will tell you that we are building an empire. You're building an empire, we understand. But you should also understand you are competing for the title. Not just to play. Like what the coach said yesterday, the deputy coach, Theophilus Bedford said, we are here to compete. We are here to either win the league or we win the Orange Cup. How can you win the Orange Cup? With a lot of kids on the club. A lot of kids. They're making the league very weak. Some of the players as well from Blackman Warriors. We understand that you wanting to develop, you wanting to build something, but you should know that you are building first division club, for God's sake. First division club, Boro FC, you need to know. I've not seen other clubs playing since the start of the league. I've only seen FC Fascia 11, Boro FC, and Blackman Warriors playing. But what I do believe, you need to understand, if you're trying to build an empire, you will have a feeder team. Then bringing kids into the first league. That can even balance on their ball. The league is physical now. Physicality is seen in the league. You can bring people, when you just touched yesterday, a player just came in, a little hit on a little tackle, and he stood up and said, "Fire." Becoming a fire. I love the referee yesterday. Very professional. He didn't hit to any of their tricks. These are some of the things we need to look at. This is the first league. You play into the first league need to come with experience. It need to come with ability. It need to come with maturity as well. You can have people play in the first league and they are still playing the kids, thinking they are playing in the mass league. And in the mass league, when they play, we hit them, someone to fall down the red blow. It should not happen in the first league. It is not even happening in the first league. Probably some of the officiating officials will be able to blow for some of the mere things. You saw the tackle yesterday on Augustine Deyuga, and the ref said nothing has happened because the league required strength. It required more build on. You need to fight. This is our first league. This is our pride. We can say we want to compete with other African countries. Then we still playing with children in our first league. We understand also someone that is following will say, oh, but Lamine Yamal is playing in Europe. He started playing just 16. Yeah, we understand. You can compare Lamine Yamal active with some of these players we're talking to currently. There's other Gula then, they were 15, 16, they start playing for Real Madrid. We understand why you say it. But you need to understand the caliber of player that Ayagula, Lamine Yamal playing around. You need to understand this thing. The league needs to grow. This is our first league. Let's bring mature players into the league. Right? Like I said yesterday, if you don't take time, FC Fassi are going to win the league again. Because the people, they have the men. They have maturity in that team. If you don't take time, the people will win the league again. The way they engage the game and with the style of play they have. A children like Boro FC come against FC Fassi, definitely will be you. So we need to do more. Coaches need to do more. Understand the role of the players. If you do that, it will help to promote our game. So many games are in the second division league today across various venues. Golden Dream, promoted second division side will have to battle District 17. We are spending, this is their second season into the second division league as well. So District 17 Academy have more experience than Golden Dream as they relate to the second division league. Pash FC will go ahead to Magibi FC. They will also play at the Tusafi by 1. And we'll also have CC. CC will go to Gompa FC. CC will have to play Gompa FC by 4 at the SKD Pali page. And we'll also have Sumo Town in the Upper Women League. Sumo Town will play Ravia Angels at the Tusafi 4 p.m. And by dawn of the day, we'll have the Tammy Girls against Senior Female Professionals. A lot of games. Make your way at their venues that enjoy football. Promote like football. Those of you that are calling yourself fans, a fan should be a supporter of the team. Don't go on the field. You want president to pay your way to get in. Then you say you fan for club. Please, let's support our team. Buy a team shirt. That will make you a fan of a club. Buy your own shirt. You can buy Real Madrid shirt. You can buy Paca shirt. You can buy Chelsea Man U shirt and buy it around. But you're not able to buy Black Man Warrior shirt. You're not able to buy FC Fassi shirt. You're not able to buy Heavy 11, Watanga FC, Freeport FC. You cannot buy that shirt. What make you a fan? So we have to go. We are out of time. Thank you so much for following us on this weekend edition of Sports Extra. I've been here, Elijah Pine. Bye-bye.
Intel Sports, Liberia's biggest and professional sports television station, is now located at GSA and Rehab Drive in Painesville. Intel Sports is 100% Liberian owned. It is an exclusive sports platform that provides extensive and quality local content sports programs across the country. Follow us on our Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, or better still, on our app on Google or Play Store. For business purposes, you can contact us on these numbers. Intel Sports will remain Liberia's exclusive and best sports television station.